10 pence right off the bat. The light's too bright. I was hoping that was going to be silver. Man, that looks like a proof. But it's not. Look at the detail on that one. Whoa! Man, if I keep dropping it, it's not going to be worth $1 or a dime. It's really not in great shape, but the detail on it's amazing. I can't believe it's not proof. Bowman 2K, good evening, kind sir. How are you today? Bella's dad, aka Phil. Welcome. Fruitless. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I picked up 2 boxes of rewrap halves today. Talk about disappointment. So, when they were carrying the boxes out to me, I saw the seal had been broken on them. So I said, hey, this is not cool, and I'm not going to do this anymore. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. I said, and by the way, I want a box of quarters now, too, because I know those halves are going to be just me tearing them open and then throwing them in a disposable bag. So that's where the quarters came from. So I blew through the halves just to make sure. And, of course, it was crazy because not only had they been hunted, but the guy actually re-rolled them. So, like, all the 72s were together, all the 71s were together. Oh, man. Yeah, 0 for 8. I feel your pain, my friend. I'm like, I had one box. Let's see. I had one box. Actually, it was, no, yeah, it was today. So today I picked up, the first bag I went to gave me the rewraps last week. And so I yelled at them this morning. And they're like, oh no, someone dropped those off, but we still have all your boxes. So I was like, you better not be giving him my boxes when so I get his rewraps. So they're like, no, we have all yours still. So the 4 that I picked up on Friday were all rewraps. I picked up 2 at that bank this morning, and I got 1 40%er. And then I turned those in at my second bank to get another 2 boxes, and those were the ones that were rewrapped. So I had 2 wrapped, sealed, 2 unwrapped. 1 silver out of 4 boxes. But since then, I'm on a 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 boxes before that 1 40%er. So the struggle is real. And quarters have been horrible. I don't even know what a W looks like anymore. My W I found, actually I shouldn't say it's that bad. I found a W on the 20th, so I found a W 2 days ago, but I found 1, 2, 3 W's in my last 2, 4, 6, 8 boxes. So percentages are down right now. It's been dismal for me. I'm hoping to turn this bus around. Wow, 1 W for 7 boxes. That blows. Yeah. I get it, man. But they come in cycles. They really do. Sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. You know, you'll get that box that'll pop out 6 for you or something crazy like that, and you'll be right back to average. Hey, as long as you get to keep them, it doesn't matter who finds them. Right? So I'm hoping to score some W's tonight, but the way things have been the last couple of days, oh no, it's been rough for sure. Ready to change my luck around here. Oh, you don't get to keep them? What? So I'm assuming it probably wasn't your daughter that was finding them. Must have been our friend that was doing a hunt with you, maybe? Yeah. And that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That's cool you're helping somebody else out, though. 5K in boxes. Yeah, I have my revolving 1,000. I just keep picking up, putting down, picking up, putting down. Wouldn't mind having a little bit chunkier of a budget, but all in time. Ooh, where are they? There he goes. So is he doing a 5K video where he's going to show all of them, or do you guys split it up into multiple videos? You don't see a lot of chunky hunts like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I find it takes, for me, about 3 boxes to make a decent quarter video. Every once in a blue moon, I'll get a nice box that can get it done in 1 or 2, but 3 seems to be about par. You find him in the Airmans yet? Oh, I saw him. I saw you guys do that quick promo the other day. Before, it must have been before the hunt. Didn't look. It wasn't just quarters then. It was because on that table, on the promo, you had not just quarters. It was kind of a mix of stuff, huh? See, you're making me feel bad for you, and I think you only had, what, 4 boxes of quarters? Oh, there was more. 2 boxes of tea, really? Full boxes? Yeah, I found a whopping 3 Airmen so far. I got 1 in 1 box, and it was actually a Denver, which was weird. And then the next box, another box, I should say, not the next box, it was actually a handful of boxes later. I got 2 more, and I got 1 P and 1 D. So the way they're coming out, or at least in my area, has been pretty weird. Yeah, I actually bought rolls this year. I decided I was willing to pay the premium, and really the reason why I want to pay the premium is because of the business strike S's. I've been finding a decent amount of different years here, and I'm like, you know what? Instead of struggling to hope to come across it, I'll just pay the premium. Yeah, you're paying a little bit extra than you would for the quarters themselves, but this way I know I've got a nice roll of P's, a nice roll of D's, and a nice roll of S's. And just from this point forward, I think I'm going to do that. because quite frankly, I'm hedging the bet. I've said it. If I said it once, I said it 100 times. These W's are going to dry up before the end of the year. And I don't know how much I'm really going to want to hunt quarters, because I've had a great year for silver on quarters, and that greatness still only adds up to about 15. So I just might, the way that my halves have been lately have been atrocious with the unsealed boxes, but if I can squish that, there's a much better opportunity for success with halves. And then for fun, I'll do my pennies and nickels, because I always enjoy those. My quarter addiction has really come more from the W's than anything, so unless they decide to turn that back on at some point, I think by the end of this year I might be done doing quarters. Yeah, I should hunt dimes. I'd rather stick needles in my eye. Although, I do get the itch, man. When I start seeing the videos where people are pulling out merch dimes and cool stuff like that, I'm like, you know what? I'll give it just one more try. And then about halfway through that first box, I'm like, son of a bitch, I did it again. And then you can't stop without silver. Yeah, I appreciate the offer, Phil. But, like I said, I've got my one roll of each, and I think I'm just going to stick with that for now. I was just curious, because I'm really surprised I haven't seen more. But I think my area just tends to be a little bit behind, because, I was finding the uncirculated boxes of 2019s. I don't know what the gig is, but we must be a little bit off around here. I still haven't found, everybody and their brother has found a 2021 penny box. I still have not seen one, besides the ones that were sent to me from Bowman. Oh, Legit Noobs. Hey, buddy. I missed you there. Sorry about that. Oh, and there's Georgia Silver Hunter too, man. I'm telling you, I have to wear glasses to hunt, but I can't read the screen with my glasses. So it's like I'm like that old man, got the glasses down at the end of my nose so I can see my coins, but so I can see the screen as well. Yeah, I turned the latency down to ultra latency to see if it would make a difference, and it seems to be pretty quick. It's not, live, but it certainly has, to me, much less of a delay than I normally just do it on normal. Dude, you're killing me. 40 out of 50 rolls. I'm telling you, I actually just tossed another $5 back into a half box today to balance it out, because I had found some proofies in one of my boxes today, and so I had to make sure it was square, so I could just kind of rotate that money, and so I cracked open a rush roll of dimes. I think I still have 20 or 30 rolls probably left. That's awesome, though. I'm glad they're selling for you. I actually did sell one roll this weekend, but it seems like that's what I do. One roll each weekend is far from making me rich, that's for sure. But when I got those boxes of what are they called? The stupid bat quarters that plowed me over last week. I pulled 10 out that had heads on one side and a bat on the back side. So I went through and saw which ones had both sides of the coin so they could see the mint mark and they could see the date or the design. And I sold those. I sold 10. I only kept 10 rolls, but I sold those 10 rolls quickly. So I was really surprised that they sold as well as they did. But I'll take it. Yeah, I had a guy the other day. I have a couple of boxes of 2020 pennies, and I got them, just haven't taken them back to the bank, so I threw them up just to see if anybody. I threw up the box to see if anybody would buy it, and no one wanted the box. So then I put rolls up, and somebody bought one. So I just took 2 rolls out of the box and threw them in a bag and mailed to him. And the guy emailed me and he's like, "Dude, these have tails on both sides. How I know they're 2020s?" I'm like, "Just trust me, they are." It's like, "Well, what can we do to fix this?" I'm like, "You know what? I'll send you another 2 rolls. Just pay me the cost of shipping and the cost of the rolls. It's not going to cost you anything. Now you have 4 rolls instead of 2. He's like, "Deal." Yeah, that one got about 30 open. That's crazy. Yeah, and then when I was going through the box, I realized that most of them had double heads or double tails. There wasn't a lot of mixes in the pennies that I had, so I actually ended up sending him double heads. Yeah, I used to sell on eBay a lot. I sold on eBay. Sheesh. Forever ago. It was like 2002 or 2003. And I was doing basically, I saw something look silvery too. Oh, there it is. Look at that coin explosion. It was this, oh my gosh, it's from Cuba. Just want to bust out of the row. I saw the edge. I'm like, that's not silver, but it's not a quarter either. It's a Cuban coin. That's awesome. $0.25. I'll take it. Where's my other? Here it is. So before anybody got here, I actually found one other foreign. On the first roll of the box, I got myself 10 pence. So I got 2 foreigns out of this box right now, but nothing else extra special. I'm plowing out the shorts, man. My goal is to do 3 a day, at least, and I've done a piss poor job of doing that. Telling you, it's a great way to get some eyeballs on your channel, at least. Yeah, the problem is that you gain a couple, but it seems to be like a couple days later I lose a couple too. So it's definitely a teeter-totter. But the way that I look is eyeballs. That one, how toasty that one is. And eventually, we'll see where it goes. My problem is that my watch time blows. I don't even have 1,000 hours yet. So at the pace I'm at, I'll be, 500,000 subs before I have 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, because the hours don't count for shorts at all. It doesn't register. I mean, I've got a short that I looked at the time and it was like, I don't know, something stupid. Like I had 40 hours on one, and it's nothing. This doesn't register at all. So while it's good for traffic and it's good for possible subs, it's not helping the overall. It doesn't help on all ends. Maybe they'll turn it on, and man, it'll just go from 0 to hero if they turn the hours back on, but right now, not so much. Were you here? I know that you were here for a little bit of that Unk box that I streamed last time. Were you here when we found the silver? Boss Dog Coin Rings. Hey, what's up, Chief? How are you doing this evening? I actually just was going through my replies, and I see that you commented back to me on the video that I had watched. The ring should make her pretty awesome, man. I want that one. Yeah, that Unk box that I had, the Samoa. We're going through, plowing through it. Of course, you know, there is no W's in there at all. But all of a sudden, we're just cooking around, and silver quarter was in there. Blew my mind. Starting to see a lot more tallgrass prairie now. I hadn't been seeing a bunch of those, but now I definitely see them on a really regular basis. Ooh, pennies. I got Bowman's penny box right up here in eyesight. Oh, look at this other one I caught today. Ooh. So this is the one of the two circulated boxes that I got today, or the sealed boxes. I got the 40%er. I got this really pretty bicentennial that has like some gold toning to it. It's not plated, but it's pretty cool looking. I got a Gettysburg. And look at this one. I gotta clean these up a little bit because they're a little crusty. But I got that Statue of Liberty commemorative. But it's clad. And then I got an 82, two 03s, and two 01s. But look what these people did to these 01s. They scratched X's on their faces. It's like, why are you going to do that? It's so uncool. So, anyhow, I just saw those sitting there on top of Bowman's box. Thought I would share them. Did you hunt it all yet today, Georgia? Or are you just being a slacker? Yeah, having withdrawals. I get that, man. I'm like, oh, I haven't opened up 12 boxes today. I gotta go. And it's even worse when I get those ones that are not sealed, because even though I have to go through them, because I just need to have assurance that they are no good. They still take time, so but you still can't. I mean, are you supposed to count those or not count those? So I'm like, okay, already been through those boxes today. Does it count as a box that I've searched or not? This is going to be a salty every time, man. They're so shiny. Should definitely be a W on them. That stinks, man. I hate when they don't get their orders in time. They're like, oh yeah, we forgot, or something came up, and I mean, I get it. It happens, but one of the things that I also do is you have Publix in Georgia, I believe. If you go to Publix, they'll give you quarters. I mean, they won't give you a ton, but I always go up and I'll say, hey, can I get 2 or 3 rolls of quarters? And so you're always able to get a little fix, get you through the next day. Ooh, look at this. See that, guys? Is that going to be a silver quarter? I hope so. It's looking pretty promising. I hope it's not Canadian. And it's not. 1961. And it's going to be a Philly. I mean, seriously, come on. I mean, I find more silver in my quarters than I do my halves right now. That's crazy. They throw the Coinstar forms in the garbage. Oh my gosh! You should go to them and say, "Hey, just can I come pick them up at the end of the week? If you're just going to throw them away." I just bought 25 pounds of foreigns. So I should go in and ask them what they do with their foreigns. Strike a deal. Yeah, my Publix is pretty slow mo. They might, if I talk to them. They knew who I am. I'm up there all the time, so and it's not quite as hustle and bustle as in Atlanta. Now the one up the street is a little bit more fancy like that, but my main one, the one that I shop at, a little bit slower pace. I might be able to get them to do that for me. I don't know, who knows what they do with them though. I went up there and tried to buy their stuff out of there because it's not a Coinstar. The Publix actually owns those, and said, "Hey, can I buy the halves of the machine?" The guy went over there and he checked, and he checked to see how much was in it, and then I went over to the manager and then came back and said no. And then I figured it was just maybe that manager, so I went back, I don't know, a handful of days later and asked again, and they said, yeah, no, we can't do that. It's against store policy now because of a security issue. I'm not quite sure what the security issue is, but so I might go try one more time and say, hey, I know that they said it was a security issue, but can you just call me when it's full and you got the bags behind the counter? Because I've seen them behind the counter where they just have the coin bags behind the counter. And I can just say, hey, whenever you've got them and you've already pulled them and they're sitting back there, I'll just take them. I'll buy them. Whatever you say is in there, I'll buy them for you. But I don't know what kind of machines they have, whether they are like the Coinstar that are going to reject the silver and whatever. I think it might be decent for W's, but I'd love just to give it a whirl and see what happens. See these ones here, man? This has got to be a W. And it is. So you can see those edges, man. When they have those really nice edges, this one's pretty nice shape. It's got the privy on it. Got ourselves a Rockefeller. The only problem is it's got a, I don't know if you can see that straight line gash on it. It kind of sucks. Without that, it'd be really nice. Yeah. I'll take it. Hey, this has to make up for the halves I had, man. Seriously. I don't know if you were in here when we were talking about the halves, but I picked up 4 boxes of rewraps on Friday. My vault teller was on vacation. And then so I normally just go through the drive-thru so that way they don't have to load boxes up. I don't have to try to figure out how to carry boxes out. But I went inside and they were giving me a hard time. They're like, you never come inside unless he's here. I'm like, no, I was just trying to help you guys out. But I wanted to come in and talk to you about these boxes, man, because it's not cool. I got these boxes. They were rewrapped and it's not good. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, that you're talking to these guys. I said, because we had that one box that was short a couple months ago, and if you're taking boxes that are not sealed, you're just putting yourself at risk. And then so he's like, well, hang on a second. So he talked to the girl, and the girl's like, oh no, those are from somebody turned those in. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're not giving him my box. He's not taking my boxes, is he? She's like, oh no, we still have all your boxes here. So I spent all that time with the rewraps from Friday when mine were sitting in the vault. But then I picked up 2 more rewraps today, and so I shoot out my second bank about that. And I was just like, hey, you know, I know it costs you money to get these in, and it costs me time and money to make this thing happen. Just tell them you want sealed boxes, period. Otherwise, I don't want to pick them up because, I mean, right now I'll do it because I'll do it to help you out. But I'm not going to keep picking up used boxes. It's just not worth my time. So we'll see what happens next week. Hopefully they're not mad at me. But I was frustrated for sure. I can't believe I think that's 2 streams in a row that I got in the silver quarter. I'm just gonna have to start streaming every quarter box. All right, Chief. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a great evening, and I'm sure we'll chat soon. Nope. Nope. So, Boss Dog, you found anything cool this evening so far in your penny box? Coin Hunter Chris. Good evening, my friend. Welcome to the stream. You missed it, man. You're a little late to the show. Totally missed out. We found a Cuban 25-cent piece. We found a beautiful W Rockefeller. Just got a scratch on it. And we got a 1961 out of Philly silver quarter. So all kind of cool stuff going on, and you weren't here. I was telling Georgia about that last stream I did that had a silver quarter in it. I'm like, I need to stream every box if it's going to be like this. Crazy. Yeah, it's been a wild day for sure. I was telling them I got some rewrap boxes, and I was like, man, I just need to get a box of the quarters, and hopefully it'll treat me well and get me back in the saddle. I am not disappointed, that is for sure. I feel like the universe is aligning itself back up. As long as I don't see any Samoas. I haven't even looked. I don't even know what I need. I'll look as soon as I finish this roll. I'll look. It might. I mean, my album's actually starting to get. I mean, I'm pretty happy. I don't know whether you know this or not because I really don't say it, but I've got 17 silver on the year for quarters right now. Now they haven't all filled spots, but I mean, I think that's pretty darn good. As hard as silver is to find. So let's see if we got a spot or not. My quarter book is right here. Oops. What is this? It said 61, is it? Yeah, 61. The problem I've had is that some of the quarters, my current book only goes back to 48. And I found some 40s. I found a 44. I found a 45. I'm finding some older stuff. 61 does fill a spot. So we will 322.21. We'll put him in there right now so he doesn't get lost. Love it. I'll take it. I love filling a spot. I wish that Rockefeller didn't have a scratch on it, though, because that would have been a stunner, man. It's beautiful, besides that one scratch. But what can you do? I think I'm most happy about that Cuban. I need to find out. I don't know. Cuban coins are hard to come by. I think the only one that might be harder than the Cuban coins is North Korean coins. But I need to find out more about that coin. Based on the looks of it, I'm sure it's just copper nickel clad, but I want to double check. I didn't even check the date on it. 2008. So it's definitely going to be copper nickel clad, but still a cool coin. You definitely see a WorldCoin short in the future. That is for sure. I've got, I mean, ridiculous, man. I got so many coins stacked up on my desk right now. I feel so bad that I've not kept up. I'm not putting out as many as I would like to. My goal was to put out at least 3 a day, but it takes a lot of time to research all that stuff. It's craziness. All right, no worries. Ooh, I'll show you that one is. Yeah, don't burn your food, man. That would not be good. Yeah, you would think we would find more Cubans down here with it being in Florida, but I'm telling you, you just don't. There aren't a lot of Cuban coins floating around. Plus, I don't think you can sell Cuban coins on eBay. There's a lot of different restrictions on the Cuban coins. I'm not quite sure why. I thought we had given up our hostility against them, but I guess not. So what are you making for dinner? Anything good? Man, I had that little hot vein that had the Cuban and the silver and the W. That all happened like within a couple of rolls, and we're in Snoresville. Nope. Dang, salt rubber bag. Give me every time. Really nice. Yeah, I actually have a business account. Um, I I turn in anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a day. Like today, um, I took back $2,000 in the morning and picked up $1,000 worth of halves, and then took that $1,000 of halves to a different branch and dumped it on them, and then picked up. I actually was going to just pick up the halves, but when I saw the halves were unsealed, I asked for this box of quarters as well. And then tomorrow morning, I'll take these back to the bank that I dumped the money. The first dump this morning, I'll take this back to them tomorrow. So they always know they're going to see me the next day. And the one lady's like, "Why do you always got to bring it all back to us?" I'm like, "Well, because I don't pick up here. And I try not to drop off where I pick up." She's like, "Well, that's not fair." I'm like, "Well, start giving me halves, and I'll stop bringing you less coin." But her manager's not going to order for me, so they're my official dump bank. But she's the one that also gave me the wheat pennies. So today when I saw her, I said, "Hey, those wheat pennies turned out to be pretty good." She's like, "See, I take care of you." She's like, "I do like whatchamacallits." So I'm like, "Well, guess what you're getting tomorrow." So, yeah, you don't want to pollute where you... And it's even worse. I mean, when I first started, because when I first started, I asked if I could take bags, and they wouldn't let me do bags because I asked the wrong teller, the one that doesn't really know all the information. And so I was bringing stuff back wrapped because that's what she told me had to happen. And then, so you're dropping off, and then you're trying to pick up, and then you're like, okay, now I've got to mark the roll some way, and then tell a teller that I don't want the rolls that look like this, I want the rolls that look like that, and it's just a cluster. So it's just better, and that's the nice thing about the bags, too, is it doesn't matter where I drop it off because it's not going back into the kitty. It goes back out to Brinks or whoever their service is and goes away. So it doesn't really matter where I drop it off as long as they're kosher with it. In the two banks, I mean, the one girl just started. She's where I'm getting the unsealed boxes right now. It's been three weeks running that I've gotten some form of tampered boxes. But she doesn't even care if I dump them back on her. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I also had asked them originally to order halves, and they said they couldn't. So then I just started going in there and getting quarters and nickels and dimes, and made sure that every time I was there, "You guys got any halves today?" And then finally, after 4 months of me asking for halves, she's like, "You can order those, right?" I'm like, "No, I had wanted to. If you can order for me, yeah, put me in." So away we went. Problem is that I don't know what the gig is, whether it's the guys in the truck that are searching the boxes, or that this particular coin service is picking up from one bank and dumping off in another bank, or what the gig is. But I was like, hey, you got to make sure your boxes are sealed, or I'm not taking them. Oh, dirty dog. I thought for sure you were a W. Oh, nice. It's fun when you don't hunt halves on a regular basis. When you get them, it's nice. So you get that box of rewraps. Soul crushers, man. It happens to just about everybody, it seems, though. Even when they've been sealed. I just don't get it. Because like one of the boxes that I picked up, it only had, 10 rolls open. So I don't know whether the dude's just weighing all the rolls and just opening the ones on one half if he thinks it might have silver in it. Yeah. I've had a number of people try to figure out how to order Ikes, and I don't think anybody knows how to do that. Because that would be pretty cool. Talk about a fun hunt. Getting down here to the end of this box. I'd really like to score another W before it's all said and done, folks. No problem, man. What's going on here, folks? Throw his bait up. Come on, one of these has to be. Come on. Why are you gonna do me like that? Promising for a second there. Oh, not so River Bay. Dirty dog. Chihuahua. Weird. That one looked like a 40% over. I think it's just pondish or something. So, do you watch the Maddest Stacker at all? He was the Mad Stacker, but he's got a second channel going now. He's the Maddest Stacker. Cool. I actually just picked up his pennies the other day. He's like, "You gotta go get them." I'm like, "I know. I haven't been to my PO box yet." There's some nice looking pennies for sure. Wow, that's a nice looking quarter. I should check my PO too. Yeah, I'm super lazy about it. I'll definitely have to do that on a regular basis. Yeah, he switched his name because he doesn't know why, but he can't. He's got the watch hours he needs, and he's got the subscriber base, but he can't get monetized. They're not monetizing him for some reason, so he's not sure why they won't monetize him, because all the people that kind of were coming up with him are monetized. So he wasn't sure if it had something to do with his name or what happened in the whole process, but he's like, "You're going to start over then, so that way I can try to get monetized." Because he's been trying for like 2 months now to get monetized, and it's just not happening. So that's why he started the Maddest Stacker, and so he's trying to get people to switch from one channel over to the other channel, and on top of that, he's got to get the watch time up on the new channel, because even if he gets people to transfer over, he still needs to accumulate those 4,000 hours. So last night they did a stream that started at 6 o'clock. I didn't join in until like, I don't know, 10. And they had already done like some kind of giveaway early on, but they were in the process of putting up one of those, Wheels of Fate, where basically the last man standing wins. But what they did is a whole bunch of people And the stacking community just started doing giveaways, and then they picked numbers like, okay, the 88th person off the wheel wins this. The 57th person off the wheel wins this, and so on and so forth. They gave away like something ridiculous, like 90 ounces of silver last night. Muscle Shell alone, I think, did 60 plus ounces in the giveaway. He did three different 10-ounce bundles, and then he gave away a kilo. So it was sheer craziness. And of course, I didn't win squat all. But the crazy thing is like if you like made it through the gamut. I mean, I stayed on the wheel. I was down to like the 19th person left on the wheel. But the problem is that once they had knocked like 80 people off, then there was like 40 people left, but there was only like 3 prizes at the end. So if you made it too far, but not far enough, you get jinxed. Oy. But I started the night off with, so I can't complain. Would have loved to have that kilo, though. How'd you like to get that shipped to you? Kilo of silver. Ridiculous. I mean, one of the guys gave away a full roll of silver quarters. I mean, there were some, like, seriously chunky giveaways for sure. I was like, people are pretty excited about, these, 90%ers and stuff, but that full roll of quarters, that's a serious prize right there, folks. Yeah, full roll of 90%ers. It's like, what? And then, after they did that wheel, I watched until I got kicked off. I got kicked off at like 1 o'clock in the morning here, which for you I think would be just 10 o'clock, so still early. He streamed until 6 a.m. my time. So he started at 6 and streamed at 6 a.m. I think he's Central, so it was only 5 a.m. for him, but still. Talk about a marathon. I mean, I messaged him this morning, like, dude, I think that you have as many watch hours on that live stream than I have for my whole existence. Because when they were doing that wheel, when they kicked it off, there was like 124 people there that, probably were on for 3 or 4 hours. Crazy. Tarek, good to see you, my friend. When's that video going up? Yeah, silver for me. I did get I put it away. Coin Hunter Chris made me put it away because he was afraid I was going to lose it. I did find a 61 silver quarter tonight, but we already jammed it in my book so it doesn't get lost. Never. Telling you, dude, you could be a YouTube sensation. You just never know it. You never know it till you try it. He did. He made me. He said, put that away before you lose it. Well, it certainly wasn't my fault. Yeah, the go backs. I mean, I would definitely dig if that one the go backs. I mean, I was told you once before that I had an 87 half that I was doing the video with, and so I lined it up with all my other NIFCs, and then I hucked it back, and I was like, "Where'd that 87 go?" I'm like, "Oh crap, I hucked it back." But I didn't dig for it. I was like, "It's an 87, and I'm not doing that." But for that silver quarter, I would definitely, even for that Cuban, I would definitely dig back for that Cuban too. Some things I would do it for, but that 87 was not one of them. That's the worst. The only other thing that burns my butt is when I'm on the last row here, guys, is when I do this, when I open the roll up, and then I roll it like this, and I take it out, and then I throw this up in my bucket, and then throw the quarters in the trash. Because I do that at least once a week, where I start throwing money away, and then I got to dig through my wrapper bucket to take all the change out. It's the worst. You just kind of get in that mind frame where you just kind of, your mind's just going through the process and screws it up. Yeah, I'm serious. Once a week. I do that at least once a week. It's the worst. I wish I didn't have to admit I did it once a week, but I probably do it at least once a week. It's like when you're just, on that third or fourth box or whatever, you're just kind of on an autopilot. But it'll wake you up for sure. Yeah, I know. Throw money. Well, the thing is, I got to dig back for it because I don't have money to throw away, unfortunately. I wish I did, but gotta dig back in the garbage for it. And the only good thing is it's not really garbage. It's just my wrapper bucket. Well, that was a fruitful hunt. So I will bring the book back out so Tara can see what we have here. We got the 61, and it doesn't have a D on it because they did mint D's then. So I already had the D. But we got the 61P tonight. We got this beautiful Rockefeller minus that scratch. I really wish that wasn't there, but it's still a beautiful W. We got 10 pence from the Queen. We got this Cuban. You will see this in a future short for sure. Yeah, I mean, jinX is garbage. I'm telling you, it's not going to be anything in there because I already dig it all out. You're just going to find wrappers. So this is a 25 centavos, maybe? I don't know. I have not looked it up yet. Watch for a future World Coin short. It will be on there. And I'll have more details. I'm guessing it's copper nickel, but I don't know. I've got a couple of bicentennials. I got a couple of 83s. I save both of these and sell them on eBay because for some reason people buy them. I don't know why, but as long as they're buying them, I will continue to pull them out and sell them. And then I got a couple of nice, this is a really nice bicentennial, so I'm keeping it for myself. And then I have, what do we have here? 3 state quarters that cut the mustard, and then a couple of a 109. I took my glasses off. An 09, an 11, and this is a 10. So a 09, a 10, and 11. They're in pretty nice shape that I'll put with my 09, 10, 11, and 12 hoard that I'm probably going to weed down. I really realized that I've probably kept more than I really need to. But for now, we'll keep it. But this W is the best. Besides the... Actually, well, if I had to put them in order, I think I would put them like with the silver here. So silver, Cuban, scratched W. If he wasn't scratched, I might love him more. And then all this other stuff's about the same. Mo Money Inc. You're late to the show, my friend. We're just wrapping up. We finished the box. We found a silver quarter. We found some cool foreigns. We did get one W. Fortunately, had a scratch on the back. So it's a total bummer because it is a beaut. Besides that, I mean, it is as nice as they come on both sides with the exception of that scratch, which is a bummer. But I still keep it. That's not a proof. That's just a regular plain old Jane business strike. That's how nice it is, except for that scratch. You were on Matta Stacker's wheel last night, right? I'm pretty sure I saw you on there. Let's see, the Cuban is... Here, I'll do this. Oh, let me come over here. Let me show it to you. We can both look at it better. I gotta change scenes. That's what I gotta do, scenes. Microscope. Bring him over here. Take a gander at him. Whoops. Pull it up here so I've got a better view of it. It's actually in pretty nice shape too. So it is centesimo. So it's 25 centesimos. Did you win anything last night? Or did you get skunked like I did? So it's a Cuban, and then that's the, I'm assuming that's the obverse. I'll have to look it up. The back's pretty cool too. It's got the 25 cents there, but then it's got Trinidad on the back. It's pretty weird, right? Not quite sure why Trinidad's on the back of a Cuban coin, but it is. Now watch, I'm going to look this up and it's not going to be a Cuban coin. It's going to be a Trinidad commemorative or something for Cuba. Who knows? Watch for the World Coin Short. Good, I'm glad. And it's copper nickel, I'm assuming. It seems copper nickel to me. It might even be copper nickel clad copper. But it's pretty shiny. Just needs a little bit of love. There's a little bit of dirt on it, but it's pretty proofy. It's got some schmutz on this side. Oh, nickel plated steel. Oh, let's try this. My guy at. Here it is. Yep. It's definitely magnetic. Pull it right away with that magnet. Yeah, it definitely is magnetic. That is for sure. Okay, so we'll switch this back. Now that we've done looked at it. Here we go. So, that's a wrap, my friends. I appreciate you swinging by. I'm going to try to... I've got some quarter videos that I'm going to put out. Because I got just a backlog I'm trying to get through. Until I get through those, I think I'm just going to live stream my quarters. I think it's a good way to talk with people, and it also is a good way for me to try to build up some watch time. I would love to probably start doing $50 hunts with people, but until I can get my boxes under control, that ain't going to happen. So, we'll see where it goes. Who else is streaming tonight? Just swing by, I think maybe swing by Baseman. That's where I tend to go. Do you have to take the... I don't have to take them. No, I could say no. Oh, EP's going too. I could say no, I don't want to take them because they're sealed. But I always, the way that I preface it with them, and it's no different than my one bank. I'm like, hey, I don't mind taking the boxes that you have that you get from people because I know you don't want them to stay in your vault. I just want to make sure that you're taking care of me in the process. And I just like a heads up, man. If you got 4 boxes you're trying to get rid of, you don't have to try to sneak them in on me. Just say, hey, some guy dropped off 4 boxes. Do you mind if we mix these in with your sealed ones so I can help you dispose of them? There's actually a bank that was telling me that she had some that were dropped off. And I was actually going to, she was the manager that told me that the coin shortage is over. So I want to go kind of talk to her again and see if she'll start ordering for me because she seemed like she was, didn't have a problem with it at all. And so I'm going to see if she'll start ordering for me. And the way that I do it is like my pickup bank today is like, do you need any ones? I'm like, I don't normally do ones, but if you need some help, I'll be more than happy to help you out. He's like, I have 20,000 ones I need to get rid of. I'm like, well, that might be a little bit heavy, but if you don't mind spreading that over time, I'll take 1,000 and get rid of them someplace else for you. And they're all brand new. So I said, hey, let me see one of them so I can see where the serial numbers are. And they weren't probably going to be too great unless there's star notes buried in there someplace. But I do things like that to try to help them out. So I'll say, hey, he was the one that had those presidential dollars. He had those tubes. He's like, I think he had $550 worth of those presidentials in tubes. I said, it's not something that I hunt, but I'll take them off your hands. So I took them, and like I told you, I just plucked the best one out of each tube and dumped them into a bank bag and returned them. But he was happy because they were out of his vault and he didn't have to count it every day. And I'm happy because I'm basically making my relationship stronger with the people that are helping me out. So, anywho, it is time to run, my friends, so we can go frolic and have some fun before the evening is over. Again, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Yeah, you got to give them some love when you can, and help them out when you can. I mean, like I said, my weed teller is gonna get a whatchamacallit tomorrow for sure. because it'll make her happy, and when she's happy, I'm happy. It's kind of like, you know, being married again. My bank wife. So, all right, guys. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you on the next time.